And while we're out here looking for firewood, we're in the woods and I come across this. All right, someone was camping here, or I don't know what's going on, but they didn't put their fire out. Look at that shit. It's still smoking. It traveled from there over here. Look, it's already hitting the tree, and I feel the heat. Come on, guys, it's not that hard. Put your fire out. So we use, that's a decent sized fire extinguisher, and we use the whole thing. Did the best we could. Typically, I normally carry I have a Crazy Beaver shovel. That shovel is actually designed for firefighting. Normally I carry that in my trailer, and this time around, as I mentioned, we're out here driving around the forest. I was just looking for a spot to hang out, have lunch, and we're gonna cut some wood here. Some of this fallen trees out here, just kind of cut up some wood for the next few days while we're out here camping. And as I mentioned, we're driving down this trail, and we see this hot spot. And this would have definitely created a forest fire. I mean, take a look at that tree stump. This area, I can't even stand so close to it. It is so hot. And I also, obviously, since I came prepared because I was going to come and cut some wood, and I have my electric chainsaw. But this is the small shovel that I have with me. Thank goodness I'm equipped. I'm no firefighter, but I mean, some of this stuff, to me at least, it could be common sense. I carry stuff with me because we're out here in the woods. We got to be prepared. But thank God I have my Starlink. Obviously, we got no cell phone coverage out here. And I managed to, and I just finished making a YouTube video about charging my portable power station, my Blue Eddy. And from camp, we're camping at Woodlands Lake. On the way here, we're talking, I don't know, 30 minutes, not very long. That Pecron charger is actually working great. I went from about 50-something%, and I'm already almost at 90% charged on that Blue Eddy. So the fact that I had that Blue Eddy charged, I'm fully equipped, where now I have set up my Starlink. And again, we are very heavily wooded in this area. So to try to get my Starlink there to connect, it took about 20 minutes roughly. So I managed to connect the Starlink. My wife was doing that as I was over here fighting this because it was spreading rather quickly, actually. So once she connected the Starlink, and I got a chance to get my phone going and line everything up. Once that was lined up, I was able to get a hold of 911. Spoke with the dispatcher, explained the situation, and immediately from that phone call, she was able to get my GPS coordinates, so she knew exactly where I was at. I have this app that if you take a picture, it gives you the coordinates. In case you have no coverage, at least you could get your GPS exactly where you're at. So I had done that before. So right when I got a hold of 911, I could tell them where I'm at. But I did get a hold of them, and fire department's on their way. I talked to them probably about 15 minutes ago. And I know here in the Forest Lakes area, there's a fire department that's up here on the rim. So hopefully they get here rather quickly. Gave them my information in case they need to get a hold of me. Hopefully I explained to them that Starlink is in and out just because of all the trees that we have here. But they're on their way, and I told them I was going to stick around because we don't want this spreading. This is crazy. This is crazy. This could have been a nightmare. Who knows? I mean, this could have been a full-on forest fire tonight. And I mean, and you know how forest fires, I mean, they travel rather quickly. So when you see something like this, well, first of all, if you guys are out camping, and make sure you put your fire out. Use water, use dirt, bring a shovel with you. It's not just getting your fire started. You got to be equipped and ready to put your fire out as well. There's no excuses for this. I mean, this is so dangerous. Lives are at risk, property's at risk. Just do your part. Do your part, as well as cigarette butts. I mean, on the road, sometimes when you're out here see, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Same thing. Pick up after yourselves, right? Look what I came across. It looks like a beer can. Yeah, and it's a Bud Light. Jeez. Anyways, all right. So back to this. Put your fires out. It's not that difficult. Get your fire out. Make sure, because it stays hot. Right now, as I'm saying, I can't stand too close to this because it's so hot. I just used my chainsaw to cut. There's a tree trunk right there, and it's dry. And you see, look, after I cleared it up, look what just sparked up. That wasn't there just a few minutes ago. So it will continue to spread. So even though I have this somewhat under control, I'm out of water, use my fire extinguisher. I just have that small shovel. I could only do so much, so I need help. So you got to get a hold of the fire department. No matter how small the fire might be, you don't want this spreading. So, so I was mentioning, yeah, see there's another dried up tree trunk right here. Look at how dry that is. That's all rotted, and that will spark up. And from what I cut with a chainsaw, there was this one here, there's one over there, and now I'm found this one, so I'm gonna have to cut this one. I'm gonna cut that with my chainsaw. Look at this. That's what I cut out, and it's still burning. For now, I'm not about to throw it in here because I mean this, like I said, this is burning hot. So at least for now, while I wait for the fire department, I put it in the fire pit. That way it gets out of the way, and if it's continue to burn, I could throw some dirt on here, but I'm pretty winded, guys. I've been going at this, what would you say, about 45 minutes? Yeah, probably a little less than an hour that we've been here doing this. And I had no intentions to come out here fighting fires. We had the whole day planned, but this is much more important. So please, guys, please put your fires out. And if you come across a fire pit that's still going, it's not going to take you very long. I know it sucks, but just pull over and put that fire pit out. It's not, in my opinion, I think it's all of our responsibilities. So thought I would share this with you. Yeah. Once the fire department gets here, we'll get some footage of them doing their work. But yeah. All right, guys. See you in a bit. In about an hour and a half, I moved my truck out of the way. Forest Service is here. They're ready to take care of it. I just walked them through, show them what's going on. They're very appreciative and make sure that I did as much as I could. So they're coming down, and yeah, thankful for them. Taking off now, and they did a fantastic job. As I was talking to them, I was asking them some questions as to what they were doing there, just to make sure, again, as I say, I'm not a firefighter, just some of the common sense, you don't want the fire to spread. That's what I was doing. I just knew that it was spreading pretty quick. We had been out here for now, I think all combined, since we pulled up, saw the fire, started doing our part, set up Starlink, call 911, get the Forest Service down here to help us out. I think all combined up to this point right now, we're talking like close to 3 hours, roughly 2.5 hours. But they did a fantastic job. I was talking to them and they said, man, exactly what I did is perfect. And as I mentioned, I used my water, I used my fire extinguisher, and it just wasn't enough. I needed them to come out here and take care of this. So obviously they're heavily equipped to be able to handle it. As you see, it's no longer hot, and they cooled everything down. He did say that this concern of mine of the tree it was so hot, they did spray it down with some water, pretty cool it down. But because it's still green and still alive, and it's not dry, that it was good. I did ask him in terms of the perimeter, and again, I would have interviewed him and did this video, but I didn't think it was appropriate. This was, you know, an urgent matter here, and I thought I would just ask him. I didn't want to bother him. I let him know that I didn't want to interrupt him. He said, no problem, no bother. But again, I didn't want to go put him through all that. So anyways, he did say the perimeter that I had set, I had a small shovel, but he says anything helps. But he says at least 18 inches away from the fire, away from the hot zone, I guess you could say. But as you notice, they were heavily equipped. They came out here with picks, and obviously they had plenty of water. And you see, I mean, they came out here with their picks, and I'm saying, taking a look. And I don't have measuring tape, obviously. I'm going to use my foot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 5 feet, roughly. So they went about 5 feet around the perimeter to clear this area. Yeah. And in addition to that, obviously their boots are made for this, but they were in here and with those picks, turning the dirt over just to get it cooled down. And as they were doing that, they pulled the water hose out and they're cooling off the area. But they did say this definitely could have created a mess for them. So they're very appreciative. They did say that that this definitely could have been a bad fire. But yeah, I just thought this was really important. I needed a document because it has happened and it continues to happen. And I personally don't understand why it still continues to happen. We should know. Everyone should know by now that you need to put your fire out. And I mean, look at this. They had to tear all this around here to stop this fire from continuing. All right, guys, you guys be safe out there. Like I said, everyone do your part, put your fires out. And in case you come across a fire pit that is still burning, pull over, take a second. Even if you have to use your water, put it out. Do what you can. If you have a shovel, throw some dirt on there. Just put that fire out. All right, man. We're about to take off here. Now we wanted to stick around and make sure that this didn't spread. But now we're about to prepare lunch, or almost dinner actually. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. And like I said, you guys share this information, pass this along, because I think it's very important. All right. Peace.